My name is Aisha. Welcome to One Elder Speaks. This is going to be Let's Talk Tarot number 3. And on this one, I'm going to talk more about when I first started, how it took me a while to really feel like I was really connecting with the meaning of the cards and what people were looking to get an understanding of. And at first, it was always my friends. So I always thought, okay, I know, what they're looking for. I know what they're asking about. So it's got to be about this. And so I would say, okay, well, this is this and that's that. And then this is how this, works out. And they're like, that doesn't sound like it's hitting what's going on with me. And I was like, okay. So then I just started reading the descriptions out of the books, and they were going, okay, now that fits. So I kind of had to move my ego out of the way and my thinking I knew what in 10 blazes was going on with them, and kind of just let the cards speak for themselves and kind of get to let the cards tell me what they were talking about. And it really came online when I discovered that I needed to find the story in the cards. I needed to find what the cards were actually saying, like a cohesion between what all the cards were talking about. And once I could find the storyline, then I could really, kind of give somebody a really decent reading that they were happy with. And that really helped me out probably the most. And it took me a while to figure that out. So find your story. Once you find your story, you're gonna find what the cards are saying. Also use your intuition. And it's always the intuition of the person who's reading the cards. Now the person who's just looking at the cards and sees stuff, that's fine too, because they're using their intuition. But you definitely want to tap into your intuition whenever you're reading cards. Jung said, everything turns out the way it's supposed to. And I absolutely believe that is correct. The same with card reading. So I would say, however it comes out, that's how it's supposed to come out. Trust your intuition, trust the information that you're getting, even when sometimes like you'll lay out a card and you're like, but I feel like it's saying this. Go with what you feel like, because it's actually going to be the truer reading. With that being said, I wanted to introduce you to this deck. This is the Old English deck, and I was a member of a medieval reenactment groups, and my persona was very early medieval, and these have a real manuscript kind of like feel to them, and I really enjoy this tarot deck. I'm going to use the same layout that I did on the last tarot that we did. I still don't know the name of it. Sorry about that. But let's go ahead and see if we can't get a message that's going to be of help to somebody out there, and maybe give you kind of a more familiarity with reading cards. So we have the King of Cups, the Eight of Swords upright, and the Five of Cups upside down, which is actually pretty good, in that you're coming out of your sadness and you're coming into your creativity. You're coming into an idea of how you want to direct your creativity to move forward. You still have a little bit of fear moving out of your cocoon, your nice little safe place that never evolves into anything at all. But cleaning up the emotional part of it is actually going to be very important. And having this direction is real important. Knowing where your resources are going in the future. Okay, on this side with the King, you've got the King of Swords and the World. This is definitely you're ending a cycle. Now this is has to do with the past, so you're ending a cycle of being a person who allows the world to direct where you're going. Now you're coming into your authority. You've got your kings here. You're coming into a time where you're going to be the one who directs your directs your resources and directs your oh gosh, everything that you bring to the world, directs it in a way that is going to benefit you and your people, your family, that sort of thing. This is very much you coming into your power. You've got the 10 of Cups, the 5 of Cups, and the 10 of Coins all upside down. Coming out of sadness, that was this one. Oh yeah, you're going to be in this ending cycle for quite a while. And it's because you have a hard time letting go of emotional things, and you have a hard time letting go of the vision of how you thought things would end up or how they would culminate. I think it's going to ask you to allow a little bit more flexibility in your vision, so that you can allow things to evolve as they're going to, and not try so hard to make it happen the way that you want it to happen. If you're like me, you like everything to go just the way you want it to go, and you don't like things going awry, so I get it. But remain flexible. The world is in such a bizarre position right now. It's actually really to our advantage to remain very flexible. In the past position, you've got the Knight of Cups, the Knave of Cups, and the World upside down. You've been, there was an issue having to do with a love relationship in your heart that you were wanting to close out, but you haven't quite closed it out. It's getting there. But again, you're in a time of endings. It's going to take a minute, and so you're going to need to be patient. Up here, again, these are future issues, near future. They can talk about each other, or they can be about two separate things. Let's see. 7 of Swords and the two of Rods upside down. King of Swords. Lots of swords. Somebody's going to come into your life and they're going to want to take control over your life. They're going to want to kind of bully you into doing what they want to do. They have a attachment to the vision that they have for their future. You're involved in it, and they're going to try to force you into this vision of theirs. Interesting. Okay, over here we've got the Wheel of Fortune, the Star, and the 10 of Cups. Now the Wheel of Fortune and the 10 of Cups are upside down. They both talk about change. Let's see. I might get a little bit more, a few more cards put over here to get more clarification. But I will say that the world is changing. It's really kind of nudging you to really get in your mind who you want to be in the coming months. You know, this is not far off into the future. So like, who do you want to be a month from now? Who do you want that person to be? Do you want that person to be, you know, strong in themselves? Do you want this person, you know, so do you want yourself to be attached to material things, or job, or attached to spiritual things, or attached to love relationships, or, you know, where do you want your vision and scope to be directed? Because as things are ending, new things are having to come in. And leave it open a little bit for you, explore new things. Like if you've never thought about going to college, but all of a sudden you think, I wouldn't mind taking a class or two. Pursue that in your mind. Envision yourself going to class and seeing how that flavor tastes in your mouth. I mean, I think being inspired is actually going to be very helpful to you at this time, in the near future. I think we get bogged down by what we think we want or what we already have in our brain, and it's very important to allow inspiration to come in. Inspiratu, the spirit. Yeah. Okay. And then down at the bottom, we got the King of Coins, the Ace of Batons, and the 10 of Coins. Okay, I'm going to say, don't stand in your own way of starting something new. This is endings and beginnings, but this is somebody who's very attached to security and safety and doesn't want to venture forth because they're afraid of losing. They're afraid of lack. Don't stand in your own way. So what kind of, we're going to ask for advice on this one. Don't be afraid. Oh, this is why there's so much, you know. Well, guys, that was interesting. So my video cut out, so I'm going to have to splice it up. But what I was saying, the King of Coins, Ace of Batons, the Ten of Coins, again, that's talking about an ending. But there's some resistance, like there's some fear because my security's been rocked. I don't know where I stand anymore. My vision has been, you know, obliterated. And this is why I pulled out some clarifiers. We got the Two of Coins upside down, the Five of Swords, and the Tower. The Tower says that all these, your world around you is changing and changing fast. And the only thing that you really can do is adjust yourself to the changes as quickly as possible to mitigate, you know, any damages that you might feel are coming up. It's going to rock you to your soul. It's going to, you know, jostle your security. And that's why there's so much resistance to this new stuff coming in. But your best bet is really not to offer any resistance at all, but just to say, universe or source or God, however you want to say that, I'm yours, man. Take me where you want me to go. Show me where I need to be. I'm in your hands completely. And this is how we're going to get through this time of uncertainty. This is very interesting that it's coming up in the month of October and right before the elections and such. And I see some interesting changes going on in my world right now that are pretty much rocking things. So be aware that whatever changes come up, it's basically so that we can learn to be secure in ourselves, and so we can learn to be secure in our ability to navigate a strange new world, you know, that that we may see as inhospitable and spooky and such, but maybe it's not. Maybe we're going to find newfound faith in ourselves when we figure out how to navigate the brave new world. I mean, maybe that's what we're doing here. Is we're towing the line and allowing that we don't have control over everything, and being okay in our faith in ourselves, and in our faith in our universe, and in our faith in our path, you know. Oh, the Queen has arrived. Long live the Queen. Yeah. Oh, yeah? Man. I launched her onto the bed. She'll be fine. She's not happy with me, but she'll be fine. All right. Wow, that was an interesting reading. So, wow. I really like that. Listen, I'm doing all these recordings on my phone. I am not tech savvy. I've had to get rid of apps so that I can, you know, actually do videos on my phone. I've gotten rid of photos and gotten everything on the cloud and just done everything I could to make these things happen. And as I continue, if I see, if I can navigate the technology of it all, hopefully these things will get better with time. But for now, I'm just doing what I can. Go with the flow, man. Allow things to happen. We're in it. And, you know, we don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. We never did know. There never was any security. It doesn't matter what anybody else, you know, says about that. This world has never been at our beck and call. So, have a little faith in yourself and the universe and in the plan. And I'll be back with more decks and more information regarding reading cards. And I hope you guys enjoy this stuff. Again, if you want a personal reading, I am open for that. For right now, I'm thinking $20 for 20 minutes. I think that's a real good start. And you can get in touch with me at oneelderspeaks@gmail.com. Thank you for watching. Bye.